Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you don't even know you have. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
On thisday.com.
And historical calendar. For links to those sources, the music in the background, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Xander.
I am the lovely who is Alice.
And you, of course, are you. Today is Tears' Day, aka Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. So, why don't you start us off here in 636, Miss Alice?
I think I shall. In 636, we have the beginning of the 5-day decisive battle at Yarmouk. Muslim forces defeat the Byzantine army to take control of Syria for the first time.
Ooh.
Indeed, indubitably. But we also have here in 1185, we have the cave city of Vardzia. Is consecrated by Queen Tamar of Georgia, the cave city of Vardzia.
Yeah, I gotta take a look at that.
What is that? Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Cave city
It was a cave city.
Images. Oh wow, so it's a city of caves. I mean, wow.
We built a cave city of rock and roll.
Oh my god. Dude, like that really works. We built this city! We built this city out of rock and stone. Like truly, we really did.
There we go. Yeah, we built Cave City.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we built this city.
We
built Cave City out of rock and roll.
We can call it the Vardiza anthem or something. I'm not sure, but let's move on up here.
Yep. Till 1193, we have Philip II of France of the Jacquois marries Ingeborg, daughter of King of Vladimir, the first of Denmark in Amiens. Requests annulment immediately after on grounds of non-consummation. The bride disputes. So the bride didn't want to do the dirty, consummate the wedding, huh?
Wow, what a
So
prude.
the father said, nope, we're annulling this wedding, this marriage.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And I kind of want you to take this fourth one here because, like, it's yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. So 1246, we have Guyuk or Kuyuk. Yeah, it's Kuyuk, but it's pronounced. It looks with a G.
It
but
sounds
anyway,
like the noise a plunger makes. Guyuk.
Yeah. Guyuk. Kuyuk. Anyway, son and successor of Agadi. Is that an L or an I? That's an I. Agadai. Yeah, Agadai, formerly elected Great Khan of the Mongols at Sira Ordu, 5 years after the death of his father.
Khan! Yeah.
I knew it.
Well, it sounds like you combine their names together, and it's like, the full, like, pushing forward and pulling back with the plunger. You have Guyuk and then Ogugidi. So.
Guyuk.
Anyway, 1248, we have construction of the new Cologne Cathedral in the Gothic style began with the laying of the foundation stone by Archbishop Conrad von Hochstetten. This was later completed in 1880, and I believe we spoke about this yesterday, actually.
Oh, wow.
Cologne
It started in 1248?
Yeah, 1248 and then 1880, because, hold on, let me double check on this.
That's a long time to finish.
Let me
That's
double check
hundreds
on this.
of years. That's centuries.
Yeah, hold on, events, what was it, 1880? Let me move on up here.
That's like 600 years almost.
I know.
Or just under 600.
Well, like, we did speak about the finishing. Here we go. This was yesterday. 1880 ceremony to mark the completion of Cologne Cathedral, attended by Emperor Wilhelm I, first began in 1248, which this is. So it was. They were 1 day short of being on the same exact day, or one day too long.
What does the cathedral look like? Because I don't think I saw a picture of it.
Let's see here. Bring this up. Is this? It's a cathedral.
Oh wow!
Really, it's a good one. But all cathedrals look pretty.
Gorgeous.
This is a nice picture here with the bridge in the foreground, though.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Oh wow! I do remember this.
I
didn't realize it took them time. I didn't realize it took them that long to make.
Oh yeah, no, like cathedrals take hundreds and hundreds of years to make, dude. Like,
Well, how long did it take to make Notre Dame?
I was literally gonna write that down.
For a second. Yeah, because I just want to know. I mean, because I thought sometimes they could build them in like
years. Okay, but Notre Dame is one of the smaller cathedrals, really.
Yeah, but it's well, you know, it's an infamous one, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
I suppose it does take a long time to make. I just didn't. Yeah, I suppose. But you can't make architecture like that anymore.
Washington.
There's just something about like flying, like the flying buttresses that like hold up like the roof to these things. It's just the architecture behind it's crazy. But we should move on up anyway.
Yeah. It only took 83 years to make the Washington National Cathedral, and I've actually gone there before.
I don't think I've ever been that one. So
yeah, I think that's the biggest cathedral on the Western Hemisphere, but like nothing compared to those they have in Europe and everything. But yeah, let's move on up here. We have 1308 Knights of St. John conquer Rhodes. Okay.
Knights of St. John conquer Rhodes.
Yeah, the city of Rhodes.
Rhodes. Oh, Rhodes. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, at first I thought Rhodes.
Oh yeah, Rhodes in Greece. Okay. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. 1308. Okay.
Yeah. Then 1454, we have the Maltesina Library, the first humanist civic library in Europe, opened in association with a convert of San Francisco in Cesena, Italy. Huh.
Convent. Not convert. You said
okay.
convent.
Oh, convent. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to you, Miss Alice.
All right. Well, we have 1457 here. We have the earliest dated book, Mainz Psalter. Completed first to be printed in 3 colors.
Huh.
Oh, colored printing. Okay, that's cool. And then
we spoke about the first, the earliest known book as well. And I believe last year we were talking about this discrepancy too, because I remember this.
Oh. So you want me to do 1461, the two 1461s here?
Yes, please.
Okay. So we have 2 on the same day, same year. We have first here, we have the Empire of Trebizond. Oh my God.
Trapezoid.
Yeah. Trebizond. Yeah, there we go. He surrenders forces of Mehmet II, last Byzantine empire meant to fail. The Emperor David exiled and later was murdered.
Yeah, so this was the last of the Byzantine Empire before it became the Ottoman Empire.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, the Trebizond. There we go. Yep. I have a crack on my phone, so when I was reading, I was like, "What the?" It's right on the.
I would have had the same problem with that word too. Trebizond, like that's a weird.
Trebizond.
So.
It's a cool word.
Yeah.
But anyways, on the same day, Louis XI.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Was crowned King of France and at Reims Cathedral after the death of his father Charles the 12th. Or no, the 7th.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting my Roman numerals again.
Look at that schnoz.
Yeah, that is a schnoz.
Now, have you seen the world's longest nose?
No, but I wonder why he has the little wrapper on the side of his head. Maybe he. Oh God.
No, this was a real nose. Like this was this guy's actual nose. It looked like that. Like. That is, like what? Like oh my God.
I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking there. I am not. Nope. Not gonna say what I'm thinking when I see that.
You're just like nope.
Nope. Hey, dude, this is me being mindful and not actually just blurting it out and saying, screw it, I'm going to say it.
Good girl. Patting you on the head.
I'm learning. Yeah.
Clever girl.
We're going to move on to 1519.
Panama City was founded by Spanish conquistador Pedro Arias Davila. All right. Davila. Yeah, later to become the site of the Panama Canal. So that's pretty big right there.
There you go.
We also have in 1534, Ignatius of Loyola co-founded the Society of Jesuits, the Society of Jesus, they were the Jesuits, religious order at Saint Denis Church in Montmartre, France. All right.
There's a co-op place.
Oh yeah.
You should just, you have to start remembering to keep saying Je crois.
Well,
instead
of
France.
you're not around as often anymore to remind me, so I kind of got out of practice. So.
I mean, worky jerky, I know. Gosh darn it. Anyways, where are we at next?
We have Asuncion was founded in Paraguay, and then 3 years later in 1540, Arequipa was founded in Peru. All right.
So what is the Asuncion anyway, if you don't mind me asking? Arequipa.
They're both cities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, they're founded, Panama
never
City
mind.
was founded. Asuncion was founded in Paraguay.
For some reason, I thought it was like some type of doctrine was founded and like whatever. I don't know.
Asuncion is actually the capital city of Paraguay, bordered by the Paraguay River.
Oh.
You know, so.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't really either. Like I assumed they were. Yeah, here we go. This other one is a colonial era capital. Or is the colonial era capital of Peru's Arequipa region. So it's not the capital of Peru anymore, but it's a colonial era capital, and it's the capital of a region. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Peru is an interesting place. I know a couple people from Peru, but anyways, let's move on up. Oh gosh, here it is. I see it right there, coming right below.
Oh.
Is this mine or is it yours?
It's yours.
All right, so we got 1548 here. We got Mary, Queen of Scotland, arrives in Jacques at the age of 6, or France, for those who don't know now.
Yeah, well, we just had a whole bit about it, so if they don't know,
They better remember
and if
that.
you're not paying attention, pay attention. It's class time.
All right. Anyways, we've got 1620 here. The Mayflower set sail from Southampton, England, with 102 pilgrims.
Yep.
Who will later invade something very interesting later.
Wait, what? What are they invading? Oh, yeah, that's
Remember?
right. That is right. Our title. I was like, what the hell is the... They're a military force?
Yep, only to be massacred
Oh, my
by
God.
the hippies.
Anyway, what happened 15 years later?
Oh, yes. In 1635, we had the first recorded North American hurricane hits Plymouth Colony, but they didn't name it. We'll call it Hurricane 1.
Hurricane 1.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like some type of operation code. Anyways, we have 1658. We have France, Sweden, Bavarian, Brunswick, Munster, and Hessen-Kassel form Confederation of the Rhine.
All right. And then just...
Oh shit.
I wonder how long that lasted.
10 years later, in 1668, the Confederation of the Rhine disbands.
Oh well, they tried.
I love how that's right next to each other.
I was wondering if you'd see that or not.
No.
It's just like...
No, dude, yeah, like I almost just changed the thumbnail because of that. We're doing the title, oh my god.
Rip Confederation of the Rhine.
Yeah, the Pilgrims destroyed the Confederation of the Rhine. There we go. Anyways, it's your turn, my friend.
Yep. Then we have in 1684, Spain, Germany, and France, signed the Truce of Ratisbon, ending the War of Reunions. This was meant to last 20 years. It only lasted 4, which is, only 6 less than the Confederation of the Rhine. And speaking of the Rhine, in 1741, French troops attacked the Rhine. All right. The poor Rhine is just getting annihilated today. I don't know what's going on. Like,
had I known there was gonna be this much Rhine in this episode, I would have put the Rhine in for the title.
Oh my god.
Now I feel like an idiot. Damn it! Oh my gosh.
Oh, the poor Rhine. Anyway, what else do we got here? 1785, French Cardinal de Rohan was arrested in the affair of the diamond necklace. What? The affair of the diamond necklace?
Actually, the 1748 one was a really good one too, because it's what I was raised as. I kind of found that interesting.
The affair of the diamond necklace was an incident from 1784 to 1785 at the court of King Louis XVI of France that involved his wife, Queen Marie Antoinette.
Oh wow! Okay. Look at that necklace! Holy buckets! Yeah, that's gorgeous.
This necklace looks familiar, and so I don't remember exactly what, but I'm adding this link to the underbar in the description. Post live stream,
this is definitely something. Yeah, that's gorgeous. But yeah, no, the 1748, because I was raised as this.
All right, it's your turn.
All right, well, we're going to go back a little bit. We're just going to go back a few years here. In 1748, the United Lutheran Church, the American colonies are organized.
All right.
So basically, a bunch of Lutherans started coming over.
Yeah, 7 years after, the Rhine just got totally Chiquad. Up the Chiquad.
Yeah, they got totally Chiquad.
The
we
Rhine
also
got Chiquad.
They got Chiquad. We're gonna move up a few years here. We have in
2nd.
1795 here.
Hold on.
The Austrian composer, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Joseph Haydn leaves England forever after calling the time spent there the happiest of his life. But he left it.
Yeah,
He
apparently
left us.
he
He
doesn't
left
want
us.
to be happy anymore. I don't know.
He left us, just like that lawyer in Jurassic Park.
Well, he left England, not us. We're not.
Yeah, I
England.
know. Well, no, I was making a play on words that he left. Yeah. Anyways, we got 1824 here. Freed American slaves established Liberia on the West African coast through the American Colonization Society, the ACS.
Yeah, that's right. I remember some freed slaves went and made their own country. Like, that's cool.
Yep. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't say they didn't.
Yeah, no, you
Like,
can't because it's right there.
If people still think that stuff's going on, they should just go over there.
Yeah.
Just
You know,
yeah.
like, see, you know, you don't like what's happening in this country. You know, I'm not opposed to you trying to do things to change things, but if you're so drastic, you know, and radical, then just go somewhere else and continue your work elsewhere. You know, like, you know, you don't
Build
like
a
it, go
better-
to North Korea. You know, go to China, go to Russia. You know, see how well it's over there. You know, and you'll be
Go to
begging
South
to come
Africa,
back.
go to South America. Like, well, actually, we can talk about this maybe sometime in a peanut episode in the future.
Yeah, that's a good peanut.
But anyway, let's move forward. I think I did 3 there, so this is your turn here, 1827.
1827, race riots in Cincinnati, Ohio, spurred by the city's threat to enforce restrictive residency requirements on blacks, began. Over 1,000, which was more than half of the black population, left, many bound for Canada. Whoops.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what they think about your policy.
Canada.
Well,
There you go.
I mean, Canada, you know, used to be a haven, you know, of freedom. Like, you know, people left this country to go over there to avoid, you know, the draft during Vietnam and everything. But now Canada is completely flipped on its head and is somehow worse than the U.S. I don't know how they did that, but
I don't know either.
yeah.
Can I just ask a real quick question? Because the next one you have for 1832, is that 26?
That is 16. 10, 5,
That's
and 1.
Oh, shoot. Okay. That's XX. I'm sorry.
That's XP.
I knew. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, that's
No worries.
XX for that.
1832, Gregory the 16th encyclical on liberalism and religious indifferentism, which is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And 1843, we have Tivoli Gardens amusement park opened in Copenhagen, the world's second oldest.
Amusement park?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And 5
You should
years
put
later,
you should put a link of like what the park looked like in the underbar for people.
Tivoli amusement park. All right, let's
Yeah,
check
just put a
this
link
out.
for that and just put it in the underbar for people. We don't have to like look at it, but yeah.
They have their own website. It looks like. Yeah, here we go. It's still around.
Oh,
All right. Klein, I don't
oh,
want your
you can
cookies. I'm
summer
on a
and
diet. I don't
Tivoli-
want your cookies. Piss off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, yeah, maybe just put a link for like an image of what it looked like and stuff for
images.
later on instead of like the website.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Well, this is modern day. What year was this? Tivoli Gardens, 1843.
1843.
Let's see what it looked like back
Sure,
then.
it's there.
okay.
Oh, there you go.
And amusement parks back then, like, they weren't really so much heavily focused on rides. I mean, like, and this is obviously
more so
way
like-
after that. We have a little bit of a switchback roller coaster thing going on here. We have some flat rides, but it's mainly like, you know, for stage shows, performances, more like how fairs are today. It's more
Yeah, well,
more of like a
yeah,
permanent
the fairs
fair.
are. Yeah, it's more like a state fair
Yeah,
than
but-
like
but
you know
permanent.
like a Six Flags, you know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
let's
it's
move
cool.
on up here. We also have 1848. M. Waldo Hatchett patented the dental chair. Well, somebody had to do it. One of the most dreaded chairs in all the world. Second, probably only to the electric chair.
However, though, I'm not gonna lie, dental chairs are pretty comfortable to sit in. It's just when all of a sudden you have your mouth open and they're looking in on your mouth, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, they start like, you know, like ripping the flesh off with their metal instruments. Oh, it's because you don't floss. No, no, doctor, idiot. It's because you're like ripping me apart with metal tools. Like,
But up to the moment of them coming in, those chairs are pretty comfortable.
yeah. But then 1858, we have regular U.S. mail to the Pacific coast began. All right.
Ooh, there we go.
Mm-hmm. And then let's see
All
here,
right.
1863. Here we go.
All right. So we have 1863 here. We have Confederate submarines, the CSS H.L. Hunley, arrives in Charleston on railroad cars from Alabama, where it was built. Oh wow! So they hauled it across on a train.
Yeah.
Before they put it into the into the waters.
Yep.
There you go. Wow, I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
I mean, like, if you think about it, the Hunley was kind of like like that day's Manhattan Project. It's a totally new type of warfare, undersea, submersible, you know? Like, granted, there were, other submarines in history leading all the way back to Alexander the Great in theory, but there was actually the Turtle during the Revolution, which was basically just a large wine barrel modified to travel under the water. Drill a hole in a ship and plant a stick of dynamite to blow it up from under the water. It wasn't successful. Neither was the Hunley. But what was amazing was that I was watching Oppenheimer. Once again, a great movie. Go see it if you can. See it in IMAX.
Yeah.
But there's that scene where they're hauling away the two atomic bombs, little boy and Fat Man, or
Fat Man and Little Boy.
Fat
Yeah.
Man and Little Boy. And then, I'm just like, that's weird, but it's like, where else would they have built them? Like...
Yeah.
So, they transported them, from their place, in New Mexico, and then had it travel by boats all the way over to the island, load it up on a plane, then drop it on Japan. Like, that's wild,
Yeah. Well, also, didn't Da Vinci have, designs for a submersible too?
I don't think so. Let me double check. Da Vinci.
I think he might have, but yeah, I think.
I know he did a tank and an aircraft and everything. I don't think he really had a submersible because this is the Turtle here. So.
Yeah, I remember the Turtle. So.
I mean, he made a boat, but that doesn't look much like a submersible.
That's like a pontoon boat, though.
Yeah,
that's a pontoon boat.
Yeah. Anyway, we got to move on up here. We have 1863 as well. The Anglo-Satsuma War began between the Satsuma domain of Japan and the United Kingdom. What the hell are the Brits doing over there? Traditional Japanese date, July 2nd, 1863. But once again, one island nation to another, why are they all the way over? I know they had, land all over the world, but, what the hell?
Well, remember they were in Hong Kong, so...
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So,
okay.
I mean, yeah, for them to colonize. Well, also remember they had South Africa. I mean, they have colonies in South America. They had colonies on every continent, except for even Antarctica. They do.
Actually, that reminds me. After the show, I want to show you France, 5th largest country.
No, you already showed me this. Remember, I watched it with you and Pops.
Oh,
yeah,
you showed it to you.
Yeah, you already did. Yeah, they have so much.
Okay. Anyway,
yeah, you showed to me like a.
I'm gonna rattle this off until we get to the 1900 here. So,
yeah, let's do it.
1865, we have the Battle of Lone Jack in Missouri. Fierce fighting between Union soldiers and Confederate forces, prompted by bushwhacker attacks, destroyed the town of Lone Jack. So off the map. Yikes.
Ouch.
Yeah. 2 years later, 1867, the Representation of the People Act, 1867, extended suffrage in the UK. All right.
Oh.
So I believe, not just women's suffrage, but voting rights, maybe for lesser citizens and all that stuff.
It was across the board on not just women, so.
1869, the Meiji government. Well, actually, in the U.S., the only people who can vote were actually people who own land and such. So if you were not a landowner,
originally it.
you can still be a free citizen. You're not a slave or anything. You're a free citizen. But if you don't own your own house, then you don't have the right to vote. Back in the time.
It wasn't so much if you had a house, but if you owned the land and didn't have a.
If you own the land, is what I'm saying. If you own property, then you own a chunk of the country. Then you have a voice in what goes on with it. Is essentially how things were back then. But anyway, 1869, the Meiji government in Japan established 6 new monasteries, including one for Shinto. All right.
Damn.
1870, Transcontinental Railway actually completed in Colorado. So, like, apparently the whole show and dance, the line was not completed? Question mark? Maybe just for PR? I don't know. So.
Put it in the underlinks below for people to look up for themselves and see what comes from it.
Yeah, if anybody wants to go down that rabbit hole, when was the Transcontinental Railroad actually completed? Please educate us in the comment section. But moving on up, here's something that's really disgusting. 1876, U.S. law removed Indians and Native Americans from Black Hills after gold was found. Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So there's a big story with that whole thing. My aunt used to... So she told me some fun stories about people up there in history, and it's very interesting stuff and sad.
Yeah. 1886, U.S. MLB pitcher Guy Hecker scored 7 runs in one game. Wow. Wow.
Ooh.
That is phenomenal.
Holy buckets.
Yeah. 1891, San Sebastian Church in Manila, the first all-steel church in Asia, was officially inaugurated and blessed. All right, so what was that? A church completely made of steel or something? Let me let me look this up here. Oh, okay. Wow. They completely did make it out of steel. What the? Wow. I've never seen a building like completely made of steel. Like
that looks kind of cool though.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, put that in a link below too, bud. That's kind of wicked.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
For people if they want to look at it and stuff, or research more about it and the history, that'd be awesome. Where are we next, buddy?
Hold on, let me put this link into the link thing here real quick. All right. Moving on, 1893, the U.S. is no longer allowed exclusive rights in Bering Sea. All right. Good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 1899, Louisville's pitcher Henry Dowling struck out 5 times in a game. Yikes, dude. So going from...
Wait, you said the Bering Sea?
What? Yeah, the Bering Sea.
Oh. But we do have rights to it, but
non-exclusive. Non-exclusive.
Yeah, no, yeah, we share it with Russia now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like this was before this, it was like all of our territory. It's like, no, Russia's there, you gotta share, come on.
Well, wasn't, but also back then, wasn't Alaska part of Russia?
I think so. When did U.S. buy Alaska? 1867. So no, this was after we bought Russia. We bought Alaska.
Oh, okay. All right.
We didn't buy Russia.
You mean Alaska, or
yeah.
We
bought Alaska from Russia like 20 some odd years before this.
They just didn't become an official state of ours until like the 1900s.
That's probably why we try to gain exclusive rights to the Bering Sea, because we bought that, and then we probably like bought rights around it as part of the package deal. Yeah. And then later on, Russia's like, hey, we want some of this water, So anyway, no, 1899 though, like this guy struck out 5 times in the game. So we go from someone who who like got 7 runs in one game to a guy who got struck out 5 times in one game. From amazing to awful.
Wow.
Anyway, Miss Alice, 1901.
1901. Let me see here. We got 1901. We have Arch Rock, a danger to San Francisco Bay shipping blasted with 30 tons of nitro.
Yeah, nitroglycerin. So.
All right. No, actually, what I was gonna do, I was right before you read that. I was gonna put the Bering Sea topic in for the kicking the peanut for a cop. I think that would be a good thing. I think that'd be awesome to talk about, actually.
All right. Are you putting it, or do you want me to put it in?
I'm looking. Are you able to get to it quicker than me?
Yeah. Okay. Bering Sea, Alaska.
Bering Sea. Yeah, the Bering Sea rights. That'll be enough for us to know what we're talking about there. So. But yeah, I think that would be a really interesting topic we could talk about there in the future. But
yep, all right, I put that in there. What else do we got? An Arch
So,
Rock. I'm trying to find that Arch Rock here.
Arch Rock, yeah.
Yeah, well, here's a picture of it exploding. But yeah, so like it must have been like, yeah, here we go. It's a big old just a rock in the middle of the shipping lane, so they had to get rid of it. Oh wow! There's a diagram here. They dug into the center and just blew it off. And they now it's just wow.
That's interesting.
We also have 1901 Great Britain something. Oh, I skipped over here.
1901. Yeah, the Great Britain issues a proclamation calling on the Boers to surrender by 15th of September or face banishment and confiscation of their property.
Yeah, and I believe that's South Africa. The Boers.
Yeah.
So, and here you go.
Oh, this is for my stepmom out there. Whoop whoop. 1903, New Zealand All Blacks play their first rugby test match against Australia's Wallabies at Sydney Cricket Ground in New Zealand. Win 22-3.
Wow.
Dude, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a rugby thing. My stepmom's huge at it. She made me watch a rugby show with her when I was up at the lake. Anywho's, let's move on.
I'm gonna rattle this off until we get to 1920, if that's all right with you.
No, that's absolutely fine. Look at that
1906, we have the first freight delivery tunnel system began underneath Chicago. All right.
Chicago.
Yeah. And while that was happening, King Edward VII of Great Britain visited German Emperor Wilhelm II to discuss the escalating rivalry between their nation's naval forces. And keep in mind, this is 8 years before the outbreak of the First World War. So,
But that's a wicked mustache, dude.
yes. Well, that mustache looks like if he somehow had a hinge in his face, he can stab his eyes out.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What do we got next here, bud?
1911, Procter & Gamble unveiled its Crisco shortening.
Ooh.
And, like, what is that? The Crisco spread or something? What is shortening?
Like shortening, like, you know, stuff. It's kind of like a butter kind of thing, shortening.
Oh, okay, so it is like the Crisco spread.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it says Crisco there, yeah.
I thought so. 1 year later, Yankees guy Zinn set record by stealing home twice in a game. Wow.
Jeez.
We spoke about a guy who stole home twice yesterday. So we have some of these home stealers. We gotta keep an eye on these guys.
Oh yeah, let's steal him home. All right, I knew that was by the hat.
Yo, yeah, it's Charles de Gaulle. I want that hat. 1914,
I know you
Dinant, Belgium, destroyed by German bombs. Lieutenant Charles de Gaulle, at the age of 24, was injured in battle during the First World War.
Oh.
You know, and
Jeez.
yeah, so that's why I keep saying de Gaulle was a Banff. Like, you know, like we already knew like a lot of the main movers and shakers during the Second World War actually fought in the First. You know, like Churchill fought, Hitler fought. What's her face? Queen Elizabeth II was an ambulance driver, you know, and a mechanic or something. She was a mechanic. Yeah. But, you know, de Gaulle was fighting. You know, like so. But he got injured in the line of duty, and he went on to like become the president of France, to lead, you know, and basically create the French resistance during Nazi occupation. Like, this guy was the man. So.
Yeah, there are good Chiquois out there.
Yes, there are. Anyway.
He was one of them.
1914 as well, Japan joined the side of the Allies, First World War. So, that's kind of interesting.
Only to backstab us later.
Well, they didn't really backstab us. We kind of forced them to attack us after they were being incredibly aggressive and taking over everything around them. But
well, that and I think the trade stuff too.
Yeah, all the embargoes, the oil embargo. Well, I mean, you know, that was their lifeblood. So, anyway, I don't know why this is not highlighted. This is extremely significant. 1914, the Panama Canal opened under a cost, with the SS Ancon making the first official steamship through the canal. So, the opening of the Panama Canal, like, that is major. That is one of
the major trafficking thing for trade.
Yeah, the Panama and the Suez. I don't know which one is more important, but they're both very significant, you know, for the world to continue the way it is. Like, otherwise, they'd have to go all the way around South America. Like, that's how they used to, you know, get from the Atlantic to the Pacific. So, either that or, like, you know, the Northwest Patches, which is extremely treacherous. So, we also have 1914, the Taliesin Massacre, Spring Green, Wisconsin. Oh, hey, in your hometown, Alice. Julian Carlton, a disgruntled employee, killed architect Frank Lloyd Wright's mistress, Martha Brothwick, her 2 children, and 4 others with a hatchet, and burnt down the architect's house to the ground while Wright was away on business. And you remember Frank Lloyd Wright? He designed that beautiful house on the river. Like,
House on the Rock.
Yeah, House on the Rock. Frank Lloyd Wright.
He also, actually, when I was going up to northern Minnesota, we drove by a gas station that he constructed up in, I think it's Cloquet, Minnesota.
He built a gas station. That's weird.
He built a gas station, yeah.
I have to look at this. Oh, wow. Is this it?
Yep.
Wow, that is cool. That is a gas station.
That's in Cloquet, Minnesota. Yeah, we drove right by it.
That is cool.
Yep.
Is it still functioning? It doesn't look like it has any pumps.
It's still open. It's still open and functional.
Huh. That's really Oh, okay. I see. Anyway, moving on up to 1914 as well, the first large public gathering of Boers in South Africa who did not want to support Britain in a war against Germany. British authorities will try to repress this movement, but discontent spread. So yeah, Boers in South Africa and all that stuff. While that was all happening as well, U.S. Secretary of State William Jennings Bryan, in a letter to J.P. Morgan Jr., declared that loans to any of the belligerents go against the U.S.'s neutrality. So,
Damn.
Yeah. If you are of this country, you need to behave as such. Even if you're an independent company, you cannot do business with the enemy.
Nope.
Also, let's see, what else do we have here? 1917, poets Wilfred Owen and Siegfried Sassoon met at Craigs-Lahart War Hospital, Edinburgh, to go on and have a profound influence on each other's work. The actual date is between the 15th and 19th of August, so this is the start of the surmise period. 1918, we have the longest work of animation produced at the time, The Sinking of Lusitania by Winsor McKay.
Yep.
Alright, well, I gotta look that up here real quick, actually.
Yeah, well, that was what entered us into World War One, right?
That was the final nail in the coffin, yes.
Yeah, that was the final nail in the coffin. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, wow, it's 12 minutes. That's a pretty long animation for 1918, jeez. Or maybe, I guess, it was more par for the course because people actually had an attention span. Anyway, Miss Alice, 1920.
1920, we have Battle of Warsaw. Polish troops commanded by Józef Pilsudski, Pilsudski, defeated Soviets in the Battle of Warsaw. Miracle upon the Vistula.
Yes, and we have spoken about this guy before, and I remember him now, the guy who led that.
Józef Pilsudski, yeah.
He went on to become a statesman. He went on to become president of some country or some kind of high political position.
Nice.
Backed by, his miracle, so.
Statesman first marshal, yeah. We have the arrest of Valera. In 1923, Eamon de Valera was arrested in Irish Free State.
Oh man, that's not cool.
No. That ain't good. And then we
actually no, this one.
Yeah. This one right here, 1923, we have Mexico and U.S. reaches accord over oil concession of 1917. Yeah, I was looking at that one too. Yeah.
Go for that.
All right, we have 1925 as well. We have White Sox Dickie Kerr, first appearance since winning 2 World Series games, 1919.
All right.
It was in 1925.
Yeah.
Hi-yo.
And once again, for the sake of time, I'm going to rattle this off until we get to 1950. Yep. I know I'm kind of robbing you of your time in the shine, but we're already 38 minutes.
No, it's fine because I'm amazed we're still in the 19 right now.
1931, Ernest Lassie completed the longest canoe journey without a port at 6,102 miles. So I wonder if that's been beaten. If it has, anybody please let us know in the comments section. 1934, the U.S. ended occupation of Haiti after 19 years. This started after the 1915 assassination of Haiti's president. Wow.
Dude, I would just skip a little ahead and go to 1936. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, was the next one right here. 1936, Carla de Veres, a U.S. tourist at the swimming event of the Berlin Olympics, found Adolf Hitler, quote, so friendly and gracious, end quote. She shook his hand and gave him a kiss. Wow.
Ew.
Wow. Wow, absolutely disgusting.
Don't go back to America, lady.
Yikes. 1939, The Wizard of Oz, a U.S. musical fantasy film adaptation of L. Frank Baum's book, premiered at Graumann's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, directed by Victor Fleming and King Vidor, with cast featuring Judy Garland as Dorothy, Ray Bolger as Scarecrow, Jack Haley as the Tin Man, Burt Lahr as Cowardly Lion, Frank Morgan as a wizard, and Billy Burke as the Good Witch Glinda, as well as Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch of the West. Songs by Harold Arlen and Yip Harburg. Awesome. I have that on VHS. It is a good movie.
It is a good movie.
1939, 13 Nazi Luftwaffe Stuka dive bombers crashed into the ground during a disastrous practice demonstration at Neuerhammer am Quai, Silesia, Germany, which is now Swieczew, Poland. No survivors. Yikes.
Oh.
13 in training. Just all. How do they all screw up like that? Wow.
That's 1942. That's gross.
I'll get there in a minute. We have 1939 first night game at baseball's Coliseum Park in Chicago. The White Sox defeated the Cleveland Browns 5-2. 1940, the first edition of Jewish weekly newspaper in Amsterdam under Nazi control. Wow. Okay, that's how did that happen? 1940 as well. Heavy dogfights above England commenced with 75 German aircraft damaged. 1941, Kosovo-Lithuanian Jews are herded into the Sloboda ghetto.
Sloboka. Yeah, Sloboka. Sloboka ghetto. Yeah. Jeez.
Talking about this one, 1942, 5 hostages were executed by Nazis in Saint Michael. Yeah, I was debating whether or not to put that in because it's only 5 people. It's still 5 people dead.
But no, it's just but they were hostages though. That's the thing.
But they're Nazis. Not the hostages, but the Nazis are Nazis. You really think they're gonna let the hostages go? No.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, like, I seriously was debating on putting that in. That's maybe next year.
You just put it in now.
Well, actually, in the actual script to repeat it next year. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, 1944, German Field Marshal Gunther von Kluge vanished for one day. He killed himself on the 19th in the aftermath of the attempt to assassinate Adolf Hitler. Yikes.
What was that? Yeah, the oh yeah, I remember
the one of the most known one is the suitcase one, but I think there are more attempts because there's a lot of people throughout the tenure.
Probably.
Anyway, 1945, a riot ensued in San Francisco while the city was celebrating the end of World War II. Well, there's one thing that we United States citizens know how to do what's right. I mean, like, I remember distinctly after the Lakers won, there was a riot in Los Angeles in which they overturned and set fire to a police car. It's like,
oh wow,
how is that part of your celebration? Your team won, and now you're destroying, government, civil property. Like, what is your problem?
Well, a few years ago, when the Chicago White Sox finally won the World Series, 80 of not being win.
Well, that's Chicago. They're always violent over there. Like every weekend, what is it, like 50 to 80 people get shot every weekend, like something crazy. Anyway, 1945 as well, Chandler sold the World Series radio rights for $150,000 to Gillette. Ford had been World Series sponsor since 1934. They pay $100,000 annually. All right.
Jeez.
1945 as well. U.S. wartime rationing of gasoline and fuel oil ended because the war is over. We also have Victory in Japan Day. Of course, we spoke about this yesterday, depending on the date of where you're at in the world. So, and while that was happening as well, World War II Korean Liberation Day, because Korea was taken over by Japan, and the Russians and Chinese went in and took north, and the U.S. took the south. 1947, GLEEP, the graphite low-energy experimental pile, the first experimental nuclear reactor in Western Europe, began operation in Oxford, England. And why is that not highlighted? That is major.
I don't know.
That is major. So, 1947, India gained independence from Great Britain, remained a dominion until 1950. All right, until they actually became their own official country, three years. But now they're independent, so that's cool. 1950, Miss Alice.
1950, we have Ezra Charles TKOs Freddie Bestor in 14 to retain heavyweight boxing title. So he technical knockout. That's what that was, right?
Yeah, TKO.
Yeah, it's a technical. All right, we also have 1950. We have Indians make their first triple play at Cleveland Stadium.
All right.
There we go. And then 1950, we have Sukarno proclaims the Unitary Republic of Indonesia and becomes the first president of Indonesia.
Yeah, I think he was later assassinated, or no, he was arrested. He died of kidney failure while under house arrest. But he was the first president of Indonesia. Yeah, the first one, and something happened, and he scandalous. I don't remember. Anyway, 1953, U.S. General Omar Bradley left office as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff after 4 years and retired from active military service. All right.
Damn.
Yep. 1955, Hurricane Connie dissipated after killing 77 in the U.S. Eastern Seaboard and Mid-Atlantic areas, or states. Oh.
Yeah. Jeez.
And 1960, the Congo, formerly Congo/Brazzaville, declared independence from France.
There you go.
Oh, I'm going to take this one here. I have to. While that was happening, a UFO was sighted by 3 California patrolmen. So, official, officers of the law government employees saw an unidentified flying object. But
Yes,
I
they did.
mean, we do have that, that like very classified Air Force base out here in out here in California, and that's where they did test, the SR-71 and all that stuff. So
Yep.
Not between that and Area 51.
Yeah, not Area 51. There's more than just one.
Oh, there's a lot. I mean, let's not forget that one, like that round underground, secret base out in the middle of nowhere that's we only discovered because a soldier was running around in the interior with a Fitbit and it was tracking him. Remember that?
Oh gosh. Or how about like our Air Force base out in Australia that we're not supposed to know about, or that one base out there.
Yeah, no, I'm talking specifically because the Fitbit, it tracks where you go. Fitbit secret base circle. There's like a perfect circle or something. Unless Google is trying to hide it, they seem to be trying to hide it.
Probably.
Yeah.
We should just put that in the underbar, or maybe we could talk about.
Yeah. For the sake of time, I'm going to take us up into 1970. 1961, we have Keioko Road was specified as the first driveway in Japan. Like, like a racing way or something, or like, I don't know.
I can't see it. I'm in 62 right now.
Sorry. This one here. First driveway in Japan. Like, I don't understand. 1962, Shady Grove Baptist Church was burned in Leesburg, Georgia.
Oh, wow.
That sounds kind of shady. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I need,
really?
Yeah. 1964, Mayor Richard M. Daley declared Ernie Banks Day in Chicago. All right. Yeah, good old Ernie Banks.
Good old Ernie.
1965, the Beatles played to their largest crowd of over 55,000 at Shea Stadium in New York City. Among those attending were future wives Barbara Bach and Linda Eastman. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. And while that was happening, Japanese community of San Francisco held Masanori Murakami Day at Candlestick Park to honor first Japanese player to play in the major leagues. All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Japan loves baseball.
Yeah, they do.
And wrestling.
1967, Pope Paul VI published the Constitution Regimini Ecclesiae Universae. I've never heard them making constitutions. They're always encyclicals or something, but what is this? Reform of the Roman Curia. So if anybody wants to know more about this, link will be in the underbar. Yep. Post live stream, of course. Wunderbar. 1969. Alice, why don't you take this?
Oh, yes. I had to do the other one here.
And, it's really funny. During the Summer of Love, Woodstock, and all the other things that happen, all the hippies, getting high and drunk and doing shrooms and, doing bumping uglies. In the year 1969, oh, how fitting.
Yep. We have in 1969, the Woodstock Festival opens in Bethel, New York on Max Yasgur's Dairy Farm. Informants include Richard Havens, Tim Hardin, Robbie Shanker, Melanie Guthrie, and Joan Baez.
Yeah, and what's really sad is the amount of destruction they did to that dairy farm. Like, he did not want to have it again, but, like, he was forced to have it, I think, or something. I don't know. But Woodstock...
Well, there's the Woodstock 94, and then there's 99, they really destroyed the area.
Yeah.
So...
Well, they all did.
Yeah, anyways, after that one, we got in 19... Palinkas becomes first woman pro football player for Orlando.
Nice.
There we go. And then also a year later in 70, we have Bahrain gains independence from Britain.
Good old Bahrain.
Bahrain.
All right, for the sake of time, I'm gonna rush us into the
up
into the 90s,
buddy. Let's go to the 80s.
The Social Democratic and Labour Party announced a campaign of civil disobedience in response to the introduction of internment in Northern Ireland. So during the Troubles. While that was happening, U.S. President Richard Nixon announced a 90-day freeze on wages, prices, and rents. That's not nice. So. 1974, hurricane and floods ravaged Bangladesh, killing 4,000. Wow.
Oh, whoa.
Overpopulation, overdensity. Like, not overpopulation, but just too dense, spread out. While that was going on, we have the longest team of 6 trampoline bouncing marathon, 1,248 hours, which is 52 days. 52 days on a trampoline with 5 other people, just constantly bouncing. That is dangerous.
Do they just have to bounce and eat? How do they go to the bathroom?
I mean, they can make their own shakes. You just give them the ingredients, while they're bouncing.
Yeah, but how do they go bathroom?
They just go bathroom, and somebody has to clean up in between bounces. I don't know. Anyway, 1975, Indian action adventure film Sholay, directed by Ramesh Sippy, starring Dharmarada and Ambiadak Bakhshan. Sorry if I've destroyed your names, but, I'm white. What can I do? It was released, highest grossing Indian film ever. All right. And we also have Joanne Little acquitted of murdering her prison guard in North Carolina, the first woman to successfully use defense of deadly force to resist rape. All right.
There we go.
I mean, if somebody's trying to stick it in you, stick something in them first.
Yeah.
1975, Miki Takeo made the first official pilgrimage to Yasukuni Shrine by an incumbent prime minister on the anniversary of the end of World War II. Dang.
Wow.
And 1977, if this is what I think it is, I am disgusted that, it is. The WOW possible alien radio signal from deep space received at the Big Ear, Ohio State's radio telescope in Delaware. The WOW signal.
I remember the WOW.
This was highlighted last year, so they have unhighlighted. They have actively unhighlighted this.
Wow.
They have actively unhighlighted this because.
That's cool.
Because they had this picture, because you know how the highlighted ones have pictures? They had this picture in their highlighted one, the WOW signal. They had this exact picture right here on their website last year, and they unhighlighted it. We are watching them try to change history right before our eyes. Last year, go watch. Anybody watching today, go hunt down last year's episode of August 15th, 2022, and you will see this is highlighted with a picture. You will see. So,
yes, he will.
Anyway, 1977 as well. Herbert Kepler, head of Nazi police and secret services, the SS, in Rome during World War II, escaped from prison hospital in Rome. Wow.
Hey.
And 1978, the U.S. House of Representatives approved, with a vote of 233 to 169, a 39-month extension for ERA. Whatever ERA is. 1979, Apocalypse Now, directed by Francis Ford Coppola and starring Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, and Martin Sheen, was released, later to receive the Palme d'Or in the same year of 1979. But for the sake of time, because we have like 8 minutes till the hour, we're still in now getting in the 80s.
Yeah.
Let's get back to you. We're just going to read the highlighted ones, but I implore you, please go to our underbar and go to our sources and look. There's a lot of history that we're missing out on, even what we have read.
Well, I have 1% battery, so I got to run back and.
Okay. Well, while you're doing
Which
that,
one
we
we
have
got here?
85. PW
1985, I can do this one.
Okay, go for it.
I just have a pen. 1985, we have P.W. Botha gives the Rubicon speech in Durban, South Africa, disappointing many, refusing to consider immediate major country's apartheid system.
Yeah, this guy was a strong proponent of apartheid. So.
Yeah. We also have in 1986, U.S. President Ronald Reagan decides to support replacement of for Challenger.
All right.
And then we have an event of interest in 1989. F.W. de Klerk becomes president of South Africa.
And this is the good guy. There's P.W. Botha, because I get F.W. Clerk and P.W. Botha confused because they're both old, balding white men. But except one wears glasses and one has better, photos because he's more recent. But F.W. de Klerk is a good guy. P.W. Botha is the asshole. Anyway, let's see here. 1990, Mark McGwire was the first to hit 30 home runs in each of his first 4 seasons. Wow. Good old Mark McGwire, but I think he was doping up, so they had to strip that from him. 1991, 750,000 people attended Paul Simon's free concert in Central Park, New York City. All right. We also have South African President Nelson Mandela in 1994 received an Anne Frank penning. So, I guess a writing or something, I'm not sure. Anne Frank penning. Let's look this up here real quick. The authenticity of the Diary of Anne Frank. Okay. All All right. Anyway, then 1997, the LA Dodgers retire Tommy Lasorda's number 2 jersey. All right. 1998, the Umaga bombing in Northern Ireland, the worst terrorist incident of the Troubles, caused the deaths of 29 people and injured an additional 220. Yikes.
Jeez.
Absolutely yikes. Miss Alice.
All right, we have a historic publication in 2006, Der Spiegel.
You completely cut out there.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so 2006, Der Spiegel.
You cut out again.
What the heck? I come inside and... Well, we have Der Spiegel. Spiegel Online publishes documents confirmed.
Yeah. Cut out.
What the heck? Am I in just a black hole?
I don't know, but like I'm just looking over things, and just to see if there's anything I really want to talk about, and there is one here. 1993, New York City radio, WFAN personality Don Imus's lung collapsed for the second time. So it's just like, yikes. Like, can you imagine like having gone through that once already and just like, oh, this is familiar, I don't like this.
Jesus.
Then, well, the one you're trying to read, Alice, 2006, Der Spiegel, Spiegel Online, published documents confirming German writer Günter Grass's membership of the Waffen-SS in World War II. So,
thank you.
Yep.
Can you hear me better now right here?
Yes, I can. And this is a pretty big one, Lady Death, so why don't you take it?
All right, so we have 2007, an 8.0 magnitude.
Cut out.
What? I just plugged my phone in and it just cuts out on me?
I don't know, man. Like,
all right, hang on. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
An 8.0 magnitude earthquake off the Pacific coast.
Cut out.
Oh, you just have to read the rest.
2007, an 8 magnitude earthquake off the Pacific coast devastated Ica and various regions of Peru, causing the deaths of 514 people and injuring 1,090 more. Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. Let's see here. North Korea. 2015, North Korea created its own time zone, moving its clocks back half an hour to GMT plus 8.5. Okay. Then 2017, this is wild. A falling tree killed 13, injured an additional 49 at a religious festival in Funchal on Portuguese island of Madeira. Wow. How can one tree cause so much damage? That is insane.
Jeez. Holy buckets, man.
Yeah. And we actually, I just realized we skipped over something here in 2008. Lee Berger and his 9-year-old son, Matthew, discovered the 2-million-year-old fossils of a new species of human ancestor, Australopithecus sediba, at Malpa Cave in South Africa. Wow.
Oh.
Could you imagine being 9 years old and finding a new fossil? Like, oh, hey, this is cool. Oh, hey, this is not in science yet. Oh, what? So,
dude, yeah. There's one in black in 2018.
Which one?
2018, about in Sudan, Africa.
Well, let's see here. We have a 2018 one here. Australian Senator Fraser Anning evokes Nazi euphemism, quote, a final solution to the immigration problem, end quote, in proposition outlawing Muslim immigration into Australia in Parliament speech. Whoa! Wow. Jeez. Wow, I hope that guy's not in any form of office anymore. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, no, it's too above the event of interest.
Oh, I see here. Well, we'll get to that here. We have 2018 bar hopping. Yeah, it's already on the script, by the way. For Pintox's Basque Tapas in San Sebastian, Spain, named world's best food experience in Lonely Planet's ultimate eat list. Okay. Huh. And this one you're talking about, 2018 as well. A boat overturned in floods near the Nile in northern Sudan, leaving 25 dead, most of them school children. Wow.
Yeah, that's sad.
Now, we have another one here. This is an eyebrow raiser. What does this mean? We have the first ever U.S. execution by fentanyl of Carrie Dean Moore at Nebraska State Penitentiary in Lincoln. So, what was it? This was like a controlled overdose or something? Like
What?
execution by fentanyl. What does that mean? So
I don't know. That's
like execution by fentanyl.
That's not right.
Overdose. And at least in 2 states, Nebraska and Nevada, fentanyl is part of the lethal injection protocol. Oh my God.
Is it so they don't feel pain?
Well, no, it's...
You get them high before you kill them?
No, they I guess so, I'm not sure, but fentanyl is used in 2 states of the United States of America as part of a lethal injection, so controlled overdose. Wow.
Wow, that's not cool.
Wow. Huh. And who do you think supplies all that? China. Anyway, what else do we got here? 2018, record 72,000 U.S. citizens, up by 10%, killed by drug overdoses in 2017, in new figures by Centers for Disease Control. Speaking of ODs and all that stuff. So, what else do we have here? 2019, Disney Studios was the first studio to have 5 films earn over $1 billion each in 1 year, with Toy Story 4, Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel, Aladdin, and The Lion King. Oh man, and I am so happy 4 years later they are on the complete opposite side of that spectrum. They need to go.
Yes, they are.
Good riddance, Disney. We do not want your evilness here ever again. Bye, Disney. Good riddance. So. Then 2019, Israel bars U.S. Democratic Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar from entering or supporting Palestinian-led boycott movement. Wow. Once again, Israel is a Congress nation. You know, people need to realize that they are very violent. So.
Well, Ilhan Omar, she's a representative of Minnesota. She's part of like that. She's like, you know, the whatever squad.
You keep cutting
AOC. Out. Oh, never mind. I'll tell you later.
2019, whistleblower released damaging reports on General Electric titled "General Electric: A Bigger Fraud Than Enron," claiming $38 billion accountancy fraud. Yes.
Whoa.
Yep. General Electric, you know. So. Then 2021, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani fled the country as Taliban forces entered the capital, Kabul, and took control. Yep. So.
Yep.
And I remember this, 2021, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, aka Fidel Castro Jr., called for a snap election for the 20th of September, 2 years ahead of schedule. Yeah, because he knew in 2 years nobody would want him, so he wanted to secure his position to become like a dictator of Canada.
That's stupid.
Yeah. 2021, we have a petrol tanker explosion, kills 27 and injured 79 in Al Talal, Lebanon, amid the country's continuing economic crisis. Yikes. 2022, just last year, Scotland became the first country in the world to make period products free for all. So it's like...
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you, Scotland.
All right, yeah. That's cool. 2022, Solange Knowles became the first black woman to compose for the New York City Ballet. All right.
Nice.
And this actually happened today. Young activists win landmark case held versus Montana. Judge ruling state of Montana must consider climate change when deciding to approve or renew fossil fuel projects. Really, Montana? Montana's falling. So now I'm not going to move to Montana. Well, that's off the list. Hell, maybe I will move to Minnesota. Yeah, at this point. Huh.
Dude, no. Well, Montana probably was fighting it and they lost.
Yeah.
Well, poor Montana.
Rip Montana. Well, anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including one limited to all things Omni Coalition. Go check our link tree. Go check out Abstract SFX Studios. Go check out, Soen's Twitch, Ramasu's YouTube. All of our links. Go check everything out, guys. Come on. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 12 Mountain, 1 Central.
2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
I am the lovely who is Alice.
And you, of course, are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, actually, no, we're not doing a show tomorrow, but until you catch us on Thursday, or if you're interested in some notable events, whether in sports, we have a news show coming up at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Anyway, until you see us again, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!